I'm back with a very short video, I promise. This time, I will show you how we can, on one face, add more than one silly material. How do we do this? Let me show you. The model and the material for this you can download. The link is inside the description of the video. First, we will create a new material. Here is my reference material. I will call this wood veneer to have good practice. The width is 3 feet. This object is less than 3 feet high, so the dimension is good. I can drag it on it, but we can see here there is a seam. So on this face, right click texture position, and we'll move this one down to here. Very good. And then I will rotate this and keep the scale. And then maybe rotate it a little bit so that this line is there. Very good. Very nice. Good. Now I have this material positioned onto that corner. How do I now get a material on this upper area? It's actually super easy. Well, we need to slice this area. So here I draw a line. You see now I have 2 areas. I can select this, right click, texture, position, and then rotate it. There we are. And then, yeah, I can try and figure out where actually is something that could line up there. So now first you see actually these 2 materials come this way. That looks actually pretty good. The alignment is not necessarily perfect. Let's see if we can do this a tick better. So we see actually where this starts. So the left corner of my image is also the left corner of my texture. Very good. And then we have under this blue icon, that's kind of like where this thing is. Okay, good. So when I go to here and texture position, so when I bring this one over, so you see now this is the upper line. This is the left line. When I go back to position here again, there you see this edge. Here's this big white piece. So we need to see actually how everything looks. There's this big white piece. So it is actually somewhere here. In this version, this is actually slightly flipped. Yeah, click. And there you see now this actually lines up much better. Okay, very nice. Now, if we want to do this on each side, however, you see we have to do this manually. This does not carry over that easily. So let's see if we can do this maybe a tick easier. There we bring this, there is that. Then right click texture and position. I will bring this one to this corner here. And actually I will bring this maybe to this corner. Then this is the horizontal line. Very good. I pay attention to where do I see this wider detail. And then here, right click, texture position. There we are. And then this I rotate as needed and scale it. So there you see it's not a perfect match. But the part I'm using is actually really close. Maybe there. Yeah, there we are. Okay, very good. On this, because this is a sharp piece, we can add the plywood layer material. This material is actually from SketchUp Textures. So you can create a free account or go with the commercial version, or not a paid version. It's not very expensive. Then we can go to textures and architecture, wood, plywood. And then here, this is the material I used. You can download the free version, which is smaller, or go with the paid version, which has a higher pixel size. For us, the small version here is perfectly fine. Let's go back to SketchUp then, and then we drag this onto it. We can go to Edit and then change the dimension. Height 1 inch is fine. Sorry, width 1 inch is fine. And height, actually, sorry, height is 1 inch. And then the width we set to 10 inches to make it nice and stretched. Now we have to change the position of this one. We can just bring it to there, rotate it. There we are, very good. Now with this one, we can actually stretch this a little bit more and simply get less elements into our veneer. I'm actually trying to get part of the wood that does not have any noticeable artifacts in it, like this. This is actually really good. Okay, very nice. And we can do the same on the back. And also here, when we select this one, right click, texture, position. I will get this one to there. And you see now how I have to do everything again and again. This can be a little bit frustrating because I would like to get this here. So what I will try to do this time, so this is positioned. I will rotate this here too. I go to this corner and then there's a rotate command, rotate it to the correct scale. You see now how this perfectly lines up. And when I now go in and say, good, maybe here, 1/4 inch for the height. Actually, interesting. Oh yeah, I need to increase this, not make it smaller. So 4 inches. Yeah, and this is actually getting much better. Yeah, here, this is actually now not good anymore. So I will overwrite this and then reapply this, just change the position and the rotation, but rotate it with the correct scale. This is all good. Maybe I will go 5 inches. Yeah, this is nice and big. Well, here this looks okay. In the back, we get these tiny pieces in there. That's not perfect. So select the face, right click, position, and I will now drag this to an area where I don't see these elements. Same here. And we can take a look at the front, how this looks. So there you can see all the parts of the texture at my disposal. Very good. There we are. So now we actually positioned the outside veneer onto 2 faces, which we created, rotated the veneer, and then via the scale value inside the material itself, and then the height, and then the built-in position and rotate tool, reset up the position of the textures. Very good. Come on, this was a really short video.